Well, 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 look at us. We made it to the final crew member, and this guy's no exception from the others. His name is Dom Gino, aka the Viper. Guy's the best picklock I've ever seen. He has this weird technique called slithering, henceforth his name. It might look weird, but the guy can get through basically any door and any box that you need to open.
Huh. And that's it. That's all of them, eh? Huh. I think these guys might actually be up for this.
I mean, what did you expect from me? I gave you the best people for a job like that, robbing the biggest bank. I needed to find some real ones.
The biggest bank in the world. It's gonna be quite a tough one.
Well, I hope you got a good plan for these people, because they're gonna need it.
Well, hot damn! That is all 6 faction being part of the heist. Is it over though? You'll just have to find out. But this is definitely going to be the last deck guide I'm going to be doing this month. If you enjoyed them all, or if you just enjoyed this entire heist series so far, please leave a like. Also subscribe to the channel for the effort that went into this whole kind of project. And also follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Discord, and Instagram. And yeah, let's just move on with the deck. NILFGAARD being good again. I mean, there was some interesting decks that I could have built with NILFGAARD this expansion, and you guys probably were expecting some memes with this, but I felt like NILFGAARD, after these past couple of months being such a bad faction, just they kind of deserve to get a good deck, and this is definitely a good deck right here. So let's just go through all these cards individually. Van Morlehem Hunter. Deploy melee, give an enemy unit bleeding for 2 turns, deploy ranged, lock a unit. So this card basically is a pretty powerful lock because it is very cheap at 4 provisions. It's not that good in the sense of like power. It usually trades down to most engines, but it really does play well for, you know, just locking a unit and it not being too expensive. So that's why this card is good. Then we also have Fangs of the Empire. Deploy, give an enemy unit poison. Very simple card, gives it poison. If you have 2 copies of this in your hand, you can basically kill a unit in 2 turns, unless he obviously purifies it, but even then, for 4 provisions, like, the card is just very powerful. And here we have Nausicaa Sergeant. Whenever you play a unit with deploy, boost self by 1. Now this card has kind of replaced Magni Division in a lot of NILFGAARD decks, because I do feel like this card is really strong at 4 provisions. It is really good with NILFGAARD as well. Like, there's a lot of deploys in this deck, and this card can pretty much get a point every turn, so that is why Nausicaa Sergeant is just a very powerful addition to the new NILFGAARD 4 provision pool, and I'm very glad this card isn't 5 provisions anymore because it had no reason to be there in the first place. And then I run Hunting Pack. Deploy if enemy unit has status, summon all copies of this unit from your deck to this row. So this is a thinning card. You're very likely going to have some statuses on your opponent's side of the field, and if not, the opponent might play some, you know, tokens or just some vitality or some defenders that can force this out, and that's why Hunting Pack is quite powerful. Then I also play Impera Brigade. Deploy if you control a soldier, summon all copies of this unit from your deck to this row. Now, with the Nausicaa Sergeant, this is quite powerful since the Nausicaa Sergeant is a soldier, and these guys will just thin themselves out of the deck. So you have 2 of these thinning cards, both of which play for 8 points, but they do thin your deck, and that is quite important because it helps you then find your gold cards, because you're not running Devotion. I'm not running anything like Decree or Neuromancy in this deck, so the consistency relies on you sort of thinning your deck appropriately, and these cards obviously help with that. Then I run 1 copy of Viper Witcher Alchemist. Deploy, look at top 3 cards of your deck and put 1 on top, then swap the top card of your opponent's deck with yours. Now, I personally thought this card was going to be terrible, and the card is kind of stupid, and I did want to have a little bit of spice in this deck, you know, but I'm not just running this because it's funny. I'm obviously also running a bit of setup for this card, and you're going to see that setup very shortly. Then I also play Artfane Tortoise. Exposed boosts an enemy unit with the most power by 3. Now you could also play the Nilfgaardian Knight instead of this, but I do think this is a bit more effective since it absorbs damage and the opponent kind of doesn't really want to boost his highest unit by 3 against Nilfgaard. That usually doesn't really help them that much, so all this card kind of does is absorb 2 armor if they do want to get the boost off of this, and yeah, that's why this card is quite decent in this deck. Then I also run 1 copy of Viper Witcher Mentor. Deploy, set the power of this card to match the provision cost of the top card in your opponent's deck. Adrenaline 2, set the power of this card to match the provision cost of the highest cost card in your opponent's deck instead. Quite a lot of text, but simply put, if you're able to put the highest provision card of your opponent on top of his deck, you can basically play this for something like a 10. If it's in a short round, they usually have thinned their deck effectively enough. But if you don't have the ability to put something big on top of the opponent's deck, you can just play this for the Adrenaline 2 and just like wait a bit and then get the max value out of this anyway. Also, this can kind of give you information for something like the Viper Alchemist Witcher, which if you know your opponent's deck, you should know which cards are on top of his deck. So then you can basically kind of cheat the system with the Viper Witcher Alchemist and kind of put that card into your deck and exchange it for a bad card, unless you obviously also have very good cards on top of your deck. In that case, that's a bit awkward, but a little bit of memes are always part of my decks, and that's why I'm not running a full-on sort of like super hyper good deck, but the deck and these cards are still very, very powerful by themselves and in the package that I run them in. Because I'm also running Wert the All-Seeing, deploy melee, put the highest cost card in your opponent's deck on the top of it, and deploy ranged, put the lowest cost card in your opponent's deck on the top of it. So this basically can help you set up things like the Viper Witcher Mentor or the Viper Witcher Alchemist, simply because, you know, this card just puts him on top of it, right? But then you're kind of forced to have a payoff for this, but the payoff for this is just kind of nuts, right? You're just getting your opponent's best card, and that's never bad, right? Or you could also just get a huge Viper Witcher Mentor. But you don't really just want to set this up for the Viper Witcher Mentor. You obviously want to also get the opponent's best card. And that card can do this, as well as Cantarella being able to do that. Disloyal, deploy, play the top card for your opponent's deck. So now you get the full sort of like deck manipulation combo here with the Warrant, the Alchemist, and the Mentor, with Cantarell being basically another option. So that's why I'm running only 1 copy of the Alchemist, because 2 copies could be quite awkward, and also because I have Cantarella, it's basically like this just doesn't put it into your deck. It basically puts it on your side of the field, the best card, unless it's a Neuromancy. Then you obviously play the Neuromancy and you're still happy, right? Because you're getting a free Neuromancy and can still run Devotion, right? That's just insane in this deck. And yeah, Cantarella is pretty crazy. And with the Warrant All-Seeing, like, it's kind of a combo deck, but it's not really that bad, since even if you don't have the Warrant, you can still look into your opponent's deck to see what kind of cards he has with your Witcher Mentor for the Cantarella to sort of have a bit of an expectation. Also, she's Disloyal, which kind of works with the Thirsty Dame you get off of Masquerade Ball. So yeah, it's kind of memey, but I do think the combo isn't terrible by any means necessary, especially if you draw this with the Warrant in like earlier rounds. As I said earlier, I do run a Devotion list, so the Roderick of Dun Tin is there for consistency. He looks at 2 random cards from your deck and then plays one of them. He's also an Aristocrat, working with the Masquerade Ball, and yeah, that's pretty much all he's there for. Then I also run Vanamar, deploy range, destroy a locked enemy unit, working with my leader ability Imposter, or it could also work with the Van Morlehem Hunters. So yeah, that's what this card is there for. It's quite powerful. It's a very consistent card, especially with your leader, just being able to set this up. You usually want to play this at the same turn as your leader, so you don't give your opponent the opportunity to purify his card that has been locked. So yeah, you have to be obviously careful with that, but yeah, this card is quite powerful. For a 6 provision card to be able to destroy pretty much anything with your leader ability is quite valuable. Then I also run the Van Morlehem Cupbearer, assimilate, deploy melee, poison a unit, deploy range, purify a unit. Very strong card. The Assimilate tag on this works well with the Masquerade Ball, also synergizes with Usurper, and just poisoning a unit or purifying a unit can be quite useful as well. If you want to purify Defender instead of using Vincent on it, that could definitely be done, and that's why the Van Morlehem Cupbearer is so powerful. And here we have Yennefer's Invocation. Place an enemy unit at the top of your deck. Very simple ability. This basically just counters any card that the opponent plays. Doesn't counter scenarios, sadly, but it would be kind of OP if it did. And yeah, the card is just kind of ridiculous, and it should be in a lot of like Nilfgaard decks, honestly. And here we have Vincent van Morlehem. Deploy, destroy an enemy unit with status. So this is quite nuts. You probably know this card, and yeah, the card can literally one-shot a defender. It can one-shot any doomed unit. It can one-shot pretty much anything, honestly. The card's just kind of nuts, if I'm honest. Like, it's Vincent van Morlehem, for God's sakes. Then we have Ivar Evil Eye, or Ivar. Some people told me it's Ivar. I guess it's Ivar though, because you know it's kind of Polish. Sounds more European. Deploy, swap this unit's power with an enemy unit. Adrenaline 2, damage an enemy unit by 4 instead. So this is kind of like a tall punish that kind of is better than tall punish because it gives you the points. It kind of yoinks the points. Like, that's so powerful. And as I said in previous videos, I wanted to make this heist series around these Witcher cards, or like these highlight cards for this expansion. And Ivar Evil Eye, you can pretty much put into every Nilfgaard deck. That's the great thing about him. You can also like build strategies around him where you boost your opponent's units just to confuse them, and then swap the power with the Ivar and like play Kahir to sort of synergize with that as well. But yeah, that deck's a bit too memey for this deck guide. Maybe on another day we can try that sort of strategy. But for now, I think Ivar Evil Eye is just very solid in pretty much any Nilfgaard deck. You can obviously also replace him if he feels awkward at times, but the card is just too good not to be played, I think. Like, it's just such a powerful card, honestly. And here we have Joachim the Wit. Disloyal, deploy, play the top non-disloyal unit from your deck and boost it by 8. Now, the thing is with this card, if it finds the Evil Eye, it could have a negative effect. So you might want to play this. If you have the Ivar in your deck still, you might want to play this for the Adrenaline 2 so that the Ivar doesn't actually find its downside when it gets boosted by 8 and swaps its power with maybe like a low point unit if your opponent doesn't have anything too tall. So yeah, that's why Joachim the Wet is a bit awkward, but you can obviously play around that. And in general, like, this card is just a good power play, and it also procs your Masquerade Ball since he is an aristocrat. And then we have Usurper Officer. Deploy, spawn an operative in an enemy row. Zeal orders, seize all spying operatives at the start of the round while in hand or deck transform. So we have multiple versions of this card. His second or like final version do spawn 2 operatives, so this plays for like 12 points. That gives your Thirsty Dame a bit of statuses, and it also boosts itself by 1 whenever you play a agent. So if you play this to proc your Masquerade Ball, it also spawns one of the Fangs of the Empire, which boosts this card by 1. So a really, really strong card. It's also a proactive play, which is quite important in this deck. It's also a soldier, so it can kind of set up your Impera Brigades if you haven't thinned those out in earlier rounds. So yeah, Usurper is just a very solid card within Nilfgaard. And the fact that he's also an aristocrat in his final form is a reason why I'm playing the Devotion in this deck. Also, I didn't really need any other, like, Devotion cards. I felt like this was more than enough to justify running Devotion in this deck. And finally, we have Masquerade Ball. Doomed scenario, progress whenever you play an aristocrat. Prologue, spawn a Thirsty Dame in this row. Chapter 1, spawn and play Fangs of the Empire. Chapter 2, spawn and play Fangs of the Empire. So this is a incredibly powerful scenario. Some of you might already know how good this is. It is the highest provision card in the game for a reason, because it just wipes out 1 unit and it has insane synergies with the whole aristocrat status and poison shenanigans going on in Nilfgaard right now, which is why this is just so powerful. Like, it counters a lot of strategies these days, and yeah, that's why Masquerade Ball is incredible. For my stratagem, I went for Magic Lamp, Order Transform into Lamjin. The 5 power on that is pretty effective. We could go for Collar as well. I just don't think that Collar is that necessary. Like, yeah, it could set up things like Hunting Pack, but usually you have the ability to do that anyway with something like Locks or Poisons, so that's definitely something that isn't necessary. Also, the Collar doesn't play for that much points, whereas this plays for 5 solid points, which will definitely help you in certain situations. And I mentioned already that my leader is Imposter, which locks an enemy unit, then spawns a base copy in the opposite row and boosts it by 2. So really, really strong with the Vanamar, and then also giving you an engine if need be, and that's just really, really powerful in itself. I think this is one of the strongest leader abilities within NILFGAARD right now. It doesn't have as much point output as Imperial Formation with something like Snowdrop, but if you're playing against the Imperial Formation, sorry, not Imperial Formation, Tactical Decision, with that deck, you're pretty much ensured to win because you can just delete their defender and then also lock their Colgrim while also playing your own Colgrim, and then kill the Colgrim and then invo the Kingslayer Colgrim that they might have with Lethos. So in the mirror, this is usually quite powerful, and yeah. Now, I know this deck ain't the most memey deck. Obviously, it's not. I wanted to make a good NILFGAARD deck. I felt like NILFGAARD has been left behind. It's kind of been a meme faction for these past couple of months, and now they finally have this one card, this Ivar Evil Eye, that just like elevates them by a lot. Also the Warrit and Cantarella with the whole like deck manipulation. Like, it's not very present in this deck, but you will notice that it does do a lot of damage to your opponent's deck when it works. And it does work quite frequently because you have the tools necessary for it. And yeah, let's just jump into some games with some good old NILFGAARD. Alright, we're playing against Double Cross. If they have Angulem, we might be unfavored. In any other situation, we actually aren't that bad off. Or like that terrible of a... I can't even speak anymore. You know what I mean. You know what I mean, guys. Okay, so we have the hunt. We have both thinning cards. We can play for the Sergeant here. This is a kind of decent hand, but also kind of not. We kind of want more good cards, I would say. I guess the lock is kind of awkward here. We get the Ivar. That is quite huge for round 1. Could just help us win round 1, especially on the red coin here. I guess also mulligan the Sergeant then. Oh, crap. That's not what should have happened there. I should have found like Masquerade Ball or something here. That's not good. That is not good. I should not have mulliganed that Sergeant. Well, I did get one provision better, but at what cost? At what cost? So, oh, he's got the all-seeing as well now. Oh no, he's gotta find my ball. He's gonna take my ball away. Crap. Oh god, I forgot how sad that is, or like how hard that is to counter. I'm playing it myself, but like, ugh. That is gonna be quite difficult to counter. I could also invo this if I need to. But I can kind of play it slow here for the moment. Okay, he's gonna... What's he gonna do? He's gonna play this then. That's not the worst. Okay, he goes for the Vigo hit there. So this is our Ivo target, right? I think we can just poison like the all-seeing here. And just set up one poison here. Oh, man, the hunting pack brick really hurts me here. But the Evo will be... Yeah, sorry, not the Evo. With the Ivar. We have Evo, we have Ivar, we have everything, dude. Oh, he's purified it as well. Oh, this is not looking good, boys. This ain't looking too shabby out here. Oh, man, if only I had, like... If this wasn't bricked, we would be in such a decent position. Okay, he goes for... Is he going for poison? That's interesting. I mean, we can just keep going here, right? Because the Ivar just gives us massive reach. Like, Ivar right now is playing for a 9 deal 5. Like, that's insane. It's already 14 points. That's just nuts. Finds the Sergeant. It's a bit sad. And I think I have to actually just play this out. Like, I need to sort of bleed this guy, I think. But bleeding him is also really scary. I should probably pass. Okay, so he does pass here. I'm just gonna take this with Ivar. I could also take it with Vincent. I think I actually value the Ivar more than Vincent, because Ivar could actually have a huge point swing here. So we bricked our hunting pack, but we are gonna find our Masquerade Ball on top of our like deck. Like, that's so good. He just gave it to us for free. For no reason, actually. Like, that was a bit weird, I'd say. Oh well, what you gonna do? So we did commit Vincent here, which is an aristocrat, and we don't actually have a single aristocrat in hand here, which could be quite awkward. We have the Warrits, though. So we could actually, like, look at his deck now, which is kind of funny. I think I'm actually gonna do. I want to see what his highest provision card is here. Portal. Oh, that's not that bad actually. I can yoink his portal. I don't want yoinking portal if it means I get like a sergeant out, which isn't terrible. So he's gonna play his portal here, right? Yep. Okay, so we force him to use his portal there, basically. That's quite funny. And I mean, at this point, could we just pass? Or do we have to bleed this guy? I think we can pass here, honestly. It doesn't seem that correct, but we get the portal out. We exchange the all-seeing for the portal, which is actually a good exchange in my opinion, especially against Assimilate here. So let's just see what he has here. Oh, I hope he doesn't like yoink something good off of my deck now. Please don't yoink something good. Okay, he's gonna mulligan some stuff here. I'm just gonna have to see. So Cantarell might be a bit awkward here, to be fair, but yeah, I mean, we also know he's playing neutrals, but yeah, getting the portal out is actually quite important. Yeah, I'm actually kind of happy with that trade. But the long round Assimilate is a bit scary, to be honest. I mean, does he play Angolem? That's the major question here, if I'm honest. Okay, 2 Nausicaa Sergeants ain't the greatest. Okay, it still isn't that great. I just hope we don't draw a hunting pack at this point, right? Ah, and we find... we find... I mean, I was hoping for like a Joaquin or like a Roderick, but no. Find the dead hunting pack. That's not what you want to see, is it? Definitely not what you want to see. Oh boy. I mean, Evard is still really good, isn't it? Like, on his, like, Glynis, that could be quite nuts. Or, like, pretty much anything, realistically. So he's gonna have... we're gonna have last say, but this hunting pack might actually just doom us. That's a lot of points lost. But, I mean, having this as well is kind of negative points because you can just, like, resummon it, which isn't the greatest. So, am I gonna lock this? I could also look what he has in his deck right now. What is your highest P card? Okay, so he has a 7 provision card. Could be a Glynis. I might be able to yoink that Glynis, which is quite nice. Man, this card's just broken, isn't it? Like, it gives me so much good information. Like, I could just Cantarella now without having to worry about it being a bad card. I mean, you could say I got lucky there, but... Okay, oh gods. Okay, now it's... Oh, crap. Okay, now he doesn't have that. I could just... leader now, right? Like, this is pretty good. I don't want to leader a bronze card, that's for sure. Like, I think this is my best leader, right? I feel like that's not terrible. Especially with my Masquerade Ball and Usurper, this gets a lot of value. I also have to keep my 2 Aristocrats here. Also, I still have Cantarella. Alright, let's just see where this goes now. So it goes second on Neuromancy, I mean, obviously. Goes to the Asai. What does he put back? Portal? What is he putting back? He did put back his portal there. Interesting. Alright, watch me hit his portal now. Oh my god! Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm actually way too good at this video game, but guys, like, I'm actually too good. Okay, I guess he goes for his ball now, which isn't terrible. He's probably gonna find ball here, right? Can also go for Evard, that's not bad. Jesus Christ. What the hell? Oh my god, we literally just cheated our way out of this one. That's kind of funny. That is quite funny. Holy moly, dude. Holy moly. That is rude. That was very rude from us. That was incredibly rude from us. So now he's gonna play for these sergeants, though. That's gonna be a bit of an... Oh wait, he's gonna play for this? That's not that good. Why is he not playing for the sergeants? The sergeants are just gonna, like, puke out points like nothing. And I have to start locking now, which is kind of annoying. Probably gonna lock this at some point. Okay, goes for bribery. I mean, if he finds Usurper... I mean, Usurper is in his first form, right? Like, what's it actually... I mean, he could find Evar again. Oh, he gets the Mentor. That's not that great, though. Okay, so I'm gonna lock the Slave Hunter, since it literally plays for the most points. out here, and I'm gonna poison his Brothans. We're gonna. Oh, I was hoping we get the second sergeant. That would have been too nasty. That would have been way too nasty, I think. Way too nasty. And I think I might have to play my usurper now before I clog my deck. I actually have to play Evar. I actually have to play Evar now. I actually have to play Evar now. Okay, so he locks that. I'm just gonna Evar here. Not too big of an issue, if I'm honest. Plays for so much. It's like an. This is just a 12, right? 12 for 10 is just nuts. Oh, okay, so he waited for that, obviously. We couldn't have Evar'd now anyway, so that's a bit sad. So we go for the usurper now. We don't clog ourselves, which is great. Oh, we might clog ourselves though. Okay. Wait, did we just clog ourselves? Oh crap, we might have clogged ourselves here. But we're up by a few points. I mean, and this hunting pack isn't really going to make much of a difference here. Plus, we can invo his 11-point Art Feign, which is great. And yeah, look at us. Look at us looking good here. We're looking good here. We are just looking good, I would say. What an amusing little game that was. The portal, the absolute nuts portal as well. Maybe his last card is Invo. We kind of cheated that one, guys. We kind of cheated that one. That was a bit of a cheat, honestly. That was a little bit of a cheater that we did. Yeah, not enough. We're just gonna discard our hunting pack here and get our powder for winning games and stuff, because we just won this game through some pretty nutty plays. Alright, who are we facing next? We're still on the GG from the last guy. Ooh, this could be a bit annoying. I mean, if it's movement, it's not that bad, honestly, because they kind of do rely a lot on, like, certain engines. So, double Hunter isn't terrible in this hand by any means. I guess I get rid of the Sergeant here. I don't need two of these. I have one brick in my deck. I don't want to brick again. But I mean, the hand is actually kind of fine. I guess I get rid of the Empire Fangs. Okay. Well, I'm not going to use this round, I think. I think I'm just going to start with a good old Sergeant. Good old Sergeant. Always going to do some stuffs for us here. Goes for the Miner. I'm not too keen to lock that. We don't really need to worry about damage here anyway, since we have the locks. But he might have Purifies as well, so that could be a bit awkward. So there's the Wiper Witcher. Maybe we should have roast stacked. Nah, let's just lock the guy and hopefully he doesn't have a Purify. I mean, yeah, he might have a Purify, but we have a second lock anyway. Okay, he goes for the second Miner. Well, that's not too shabby. Does this deck run Heatwave? I mean, decks have started cutting Heatwave, which is good for this deck, obviously, but you never know. You never actually know. Okay, so he goes for the Sentry now. We could lock the Sentry, or we could lock his second Witcher. I think we're going to wait a little bit here and just stall. See if he has 17 points here anyway. Man, this is so good. Okay, so he plays this now. He played both of his Cat Witchers this round, which is quite good for me, I'd say. Question is, am I going to pass here? Do I need these locks for anything else? Don't think I do. I guess Matrons, but Matrons we can poison. Also, these don't actually, like, they actually play for, like, damage points and not boost points, whereas Matrons play for boost points, which just runs into our removal anyway. But I guess double Van Morlehem isn't the greatest. What I'm looking to do is just yoink his Ezra's and then play it with Joachim. That's what I wanted to try and do this game. Goes for the Trivial. Doesn't play for that much. So he needs 8 points here. So he might have to commit something quite big, or maybe some leader charges. I don't mind a bit of leader charges. The problem in this matchup is that our leader doesn't really do that much. Actually, no, we can guess. Oh wait, we can leader Gezras. Bro, this is broken. Imposter is nuts. Holy moly. Isn't Imposter just insane? Dude, Imposter is just kind of nuts. I think he wants to go for a long round here. We get his Yeva now, which is nice. You shouldn't have too much control, though. Okay, we get the Joachim. Well, that's not terrible. We get Vincent as well here. I mean, this is a good dry pass card still. So we get to see what's on top of his deck here. Okay, not that good of a card then. That's good information. So I would love a Cantarella here. Or, you know, Masquerade Ball. That's kind of important as well. So we get the Vanamar, that's great. Get the Fangs as well. Ooh, I might, okay, so okay, we are missing some golds here for sure. What do I rather mulligan? I think I'd rather mulligan the Tortoise here. Oh, God. Oh, God. I think I have to do this. Okay, so he has Vernacial in his deck still, so that's quite nice. But we probably have to find the the Masquerade Ball off of the Roderick here, which isn't the greatest, let me tell you that. So we can kind of disrupt this with the Roderick now, and I hope I find Masquerade Ball. I do find Masquerade Ball. Thank God for that. That could have been quite awkward. I mean, he might have Heat Wave. In that case, we're kind of screwed. Alright, there's the Heat Wave. Oof. Big oof. Alright, just do this. I mean, we have 2 poisons still, right? And we can lock his Gezraz, which is also quite decent. Okay. I guess we poison this one. There's the Sentry. Playing for a bit of points. Just poison the second one here. I mean, we're getting good points here, right? Still. Plus, we can get his Gezraz at some point as well, which is nice. Question is, what do we invo? There's not much we can invo, to be honest. There's an interesting consideration to lock the Gezraz and play for double Gezraz. That is actually kind of a stupid consideration, but it's actually something that I don't mind too much. Okay. Oh, this went front back row. Oh boy, okay. So how am I gonna do this now? I could invo his Sentry. What if I invo his Sentry? I don't really need anything else from this, right? I think I invo the Sentry here. So that when I play the Gezraz, which he does now, right? He should always play the Gezraz here. There's the Gezraz.
There's a great deal to be learned.
He's probably gonna use some leader charges as well. Fair enough. I'm gonna kill the Gezraz now. Oh, I mean, yeah, just lock the Gezraz, play him for extra points. Kill the dude. And now we get the Joachim as well. And I mean, we still have like an 8-point Vincent, which isn't fantastic, but it's still something, right? Oh no. That's a bit annoying. I guess this, I mean, maybe I should have invoed Milena there. But even then, it's not that great, to be honest. Okay, place for that. Wait, that puts everything on the front row, though. That doesn't make it better. That didn't make it much better, I think. That did not make his situation much better, if I'm honest. And he just forfeits here because, damn, this is actually a pretty nutty deck. All right, ooh, lockdown. Oh, okay, so Vanamar has to be set up with our hunters. That is actually quite good to know. We know for a fact this deck doesn't run Heatwave though. Okay, this could be kind of cool. We have the Vanamar in hand as well. Okay, I have the mulligan this as well. Don't have that many soldiers. Might look for more soldiers in this hand, so I get rid of you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, this is where it all comes together. This is where it all comes together, boys. So do I need the mentor? I think I don't necessarily need mentor. This is fine as well. So we tuck the stratagem. Hopefully he doesn't kill this with a joust. Or if he locks it, I'm fine with it because we can still get the Impera Brigade out. Okay there, buddy. Okay there, buddy. We can counter that, obviously. He's probably going to play... Oh, unless he plays Cantarella here. We can't really counter that. We have ball in hand. That's huge, though. The fact that we have ball in hand actually is massive. Oh, not being able to get our ball out is so good here, dude. Oh, yeah, that's actually... I don't care about Usurper. I mean, he's a good card, but, like, he ain't no ball, guys. He ain't no ball. Plus, I might just play my own Warret here. Yeah, I might just play my own Warret here. Might just feel tempted to play my own Warret here. Yeah, Warwick, you know what? You're a cool guy. Let's see what this is. Portal? Alright. I can yoink a portal. I don't mind yoinking portal here. He's probably gonna play his Wiper Witch Alchemist now. Maybe he doesn't have one though. Maybe he don't have no Wiper Witch Alchemist. This is dude. Nilfgaard mirrors are just like the most 5-head plays ever. Question is, I could Van Morlehem lock the Whipper Mentor. Okay, so this is unit, so this actually doesn't count as a status. Dude, this is just like, oh man, every single turn here is just like, what is he gonna do next? Is he gonna yoink my stuff or is he not gonna yoink my stuff? What are you gonna do, buddy? He's gonna coded weapons me. Oh, he gives me a Jin. Hey, you know what, buddy? You can have your Jin. You can have the Jin. You can take this Jin, honestly. I don't mind you having this Jin. Thank you for your portal, by the way. I mean, if he has Cantarella, that's pretty 5-head, but as long as he doesn't take my Usurper, I'm happy. Alright, what is my opponent deciding here? No, he's got his own! Crap! Alright, he gives me the Jin back. But I guess this is fair now. We both have the cards that we're supposed to have here. He does not have a status, so I think I might actually do this. Might actually play this first, to be honest. But he might have Evar. I hope he doesn't have Evar. Please don't have Evar, sir. That would be very rude. Very rude, boy. Oh, crap. More bricks in my deck. I mean, if he's a... Like, round control is literally all that matters. If he's a... What's it called? Colgrim deck. Because I have the Masquerade Ball. I have the lock. Oh, wait, no, I don't have the lock. Crap, I don't have lock. I can't actually counter his Colgrim without Invo. I need Invo and Vincent, but I have Vincent in hand already. I know I'm going to draw... I know my top cards are Usurper, Jin, one of these guys, and a lock. So I'm definitely getting Usurper unless he clogs my deck one more time. I should always get Usurper, because we're drawing 3, and then I get the mulligans. So, oh, he's purified it. Oh no, he's purified it. So 8 points. Oh crap, I couldn't even get my dogs out, dude. That's a bit sick. That's a bit silly. Alright, I'm just gonna pass here. I know I'm gonna draw into the Von Morlehem Hunter, so I can actually keep the Vanamar, which isn't terrible. And now he needs 9 points, right? How is he gonna get 9 points? Oh wait, no, he needs 8 points, sorry. I mean, you could have another one of these guys, right? Alright, we get the Leo out of him. That's quite nice. That's a good trade, I'd say. So he top decks Portal, which is a bit annoying. And we top deck Garbage, which is also quite annoying. Imagine top decking Garbage. Oh god. I would love... I need this Invocation, dude. Invocation is quite literally my most powerful card here. Is he gonna bleed me here? Okay, he's actually gonna bleed me here. That's a bit scary.
I always find a way in.
Am I, do I have to play ball here? I don't want to play ball, to be honest. I think I'm just gonna do this. The guy was so ready for this matchup, by the way. He had literally every answer to anything I did so far, which is quite funny. No Invo, man. It's so tough as well. Okay.
Strike first and strike hard.
Plays for that. Okay. I mean, his Colgrim isn't even that good right now, is it? Like, his Colgrim's kind of bad. It's like 3 points. It's like, whatever. Like, I don't care. Also, we have a few aristocrats still left. We could definitely double proc this. The fact that this is a gold card is a bit annoying, though. Maybe I should change this. It's too vulnerable to this deck, right? Oh god. Okay, gets... I get that. What? Oh, come on, man. Oh, just... Oh, no. Just the knowledge that that was my top card is so frigging bad. Just play this right. If only I had Cantarella as well. There were so many cards I could have drawn here. Invo was actually the top card in my deck. That's so sad. Actually so sad. Wait, what's he doing here? Why is he continuing this? Do I have to commit ball here? I don't want to commit ball here, though. Ball doesn't even keep me ahead. I have to actually play Vincent now. And force him to use his Colgrim or something. I don't know at this point anymore. His bleed is kind of weird, but like he got away with literally everything here. He actually like RNG'd his way to victory if he wins this. Good old Nilfgaard, man. You love it, don't you? Ah, crap. The Invo, man, is such a big loss. Wait, he has Invo himself? Oh, that's annoying. I think we lose this. If I'm fully honest, I think we lose this. I mean, Ball could carry, but I don't think Ball is enough here. Also, we might not even draw enough, like, aristocrats here. Jesus. So he passes. Alright, so he clogged my deck quite nicely there. He gets my Invo. Dude, that is so annoying. I knew I shouldn't have passed round 1, but it was quite difficult not to. Because he had the Leo and he had to Purify. He just ran one off Purify just for that situation. It's quite annoying. And now we just draw like garbage, I think. He has 2 of my cards. Okay, that's nice, but oh dude. Oh my god, we could actually win this now. Holy crap. Holy crap, we could actually win this. He's got 2 of my cards. One of them is Usurper. So I do this. Okay, his top card is a 10. Interesting. So I have to hit the Joachim here, otherwise I'm completely screwed, I'd say. Okay. Let's do this, right? He invos that, and we just poison the Usurper. Like, I have to hit the Joachim here. Like, Ball could carry me, unless he plays Colgrim here. But Colgrim isn't that good here, right? Oh, wait, what? Okay, so Joachim's into Colgrim, right? Okay. Into the Colgrim. Alright. So, this is all for the win now. Let's see if we can hit it. The ultimate skill. Yes, we can. We are absolute masters of this game. You guys don't even know how good we actually are. I mean, it doesn't matter if we get a bad card here. I think we should still win here pretty much all day long, since his last card is Invo. Not playing for 22 points, but only playing for 11. Boom! And that's how you do it, boys. And that's how you do it. With pure skill, pure commitment, pure brain cells in your head. Not like this guy. You don't RNG. We don't RNG. We knew this was gonna happen. We knew, guys. We absolutely knew. Alright, we're playing Enslave. So much Nilfgaard today, man. We've been facing quite a bit of Nilfgaard here. Don't know. I guess everybody just loves a bit of Nilfgaard. I mean, we were playing Nilfgaard ourselves, and if Nilfgaard is good, there's going to be some Nilfgaards on ladder, that's for sure. So we have the All-Seeing, which is nice. Guess we got 2 poisons as well, which isn't terrible. We got a lock for his Hefty Helga, if it needs to come to that. We also go second. I think this hand's not terrible, if I'm honest. I'm actually going to keep it. Like, I guess I could go fish for more golds, but thinning the deck out is also quite valuable, I would say. So let's see what kind of deck he is with Enslave. Is he Enslave 5? Yeah, he might also be a Masquerade Ball deck, to be honest. He's going to start with that. Huh. That's a bit weird. We don't have soldiers. We might have actually had to mulligan these guys. I think I'm actually going to start with the Witchers then. Take his Usurper, that's fine by me. I hope my top 3 cards aren't insane cards. I really do hope that's the case. Otherwise, I'd be a bit screwed. But he had to open with like, his deck's incredibly reactive, it seems. He also has a TA, which is quite good for us, because we have poison in hand. Goes for the Joust there, interesting. Doesn't counter my play at all. So we give him... I guess we give him the Fangs here. Take my Fangs, dude. And I'm going to take your Usurper. Thank you very much, sir. This is great. This is great. This feels fantastic. This feels super balanced, by the way. Oh, boy. Okay, so he's got that. That gives me Spying, which is great for these guys, because they can woof woof out of the deck. So he's already played a Joust. He already played an Amnesty. He doesn't have Hefty in this hand. Otherwise, he would obviously have played Hefty. But Hefty's obviously risky in this matchup if I have Vincent in hand. And my top decks are Cantarella, Ball, and Usurper. Like, I have 2 Usurpers in my deck, guys. Dude, how is he going to deal with 2 Usurpers in his deck? Can somebody explain that to me, please? So I just do this now in hopes that he doesn't kill it, which he might. He's probably going to kill this, right? He probably knows that, okay, he has double Joust in hand. That's quite good for him. Guess I'll also go for my Van Morlehem Hunter now.
Meters forward.
Just trade Hunters here. See what he does. I probably should have bled this, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm baiting out like him boosting this up anyway. Now, actually, if I bleed this, he gets an easier TA, right? Yeah, it's actually correct to bleed the highest unit there. Oh, wow, this guy. Okay, wait, what? Why does he bleed? What? That makes no sense. So we just do this, right?
Drinking can be hazardous to your health.
He's gonna pass here, right? He's gonna pass and let me have 2 usurpers. 2 usurpers, dude. No! Oh, that's so good. That's so unfair. He gets to put his usurper back. That's so rude.
Don't touch. Don't
Oh, it gives me his fangs. I mean, sorry. Ah, crap. But now we can win on even. And that's good, I guess. That's quite good, actually. Man, usurper, man. Bloody usurper. I mean, if I have double assay, I just win here, right? I mean, not double assay. If I just don't force him to bleed me here. In general, this matchup should be quite favored for us. Especially a card up. So goes for the Evar. Plays for 8. And I guess he's going to use leader as well now. Okay. I'll see you soon, buddy. So he also is playing Evar, but his Evar didn't get much value this round. Which is good for me, obviously. If I had Evar instead of like... what's this? What did I just play? Oh yeah, Poison. I was like, what did I actually just play? Alright, we get the Masquerade Ball. We get a Fangs. I guess I'm mulligan Fangs. I also mulligan Brigade here. Ah, crap. I didn't want the Brigades. Ah, crap. That's not that good. Well, that is not fantastic. We're missing some cards, though. We are definitely missing some cards here. Is he gonna bleed us? I mean, sure. He played 2 of his jousts, so we can't have the odds of hitting Cantarella into joust when he plays the hefty. Oh, he's actually bleeding me here. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. I mean, he's played his leader out already. Okay. That was such a useless play from him. Jesus Christ. What was the point of that play? He literally forced nothing out of me there. He traded down. And wait, I didn't technically trade down, but like I lost 10 provisions, but I thinned my deck for that. So now I can find better cards. And better cards is always good, right? Oh yeah, look at the Vincent. Oh yeah, look at the information giver. Probably going to mulligan you. Ooh, hello. And I mean, I kind of want to get Usurper. Okay, that's also good. So, I mean, playing Cantarella here is super risky, right? Because he might just have an assassination. So I'd probably just play Ball here, right? I feel like playing Ball here is okay. We don't have Last Say, sadly. He's also got the Masquerade Ball. Okay, so now we can kind of Cantarella here. That doesn't seem too bad. Oh, give me that hefty Helga bait. I mean, it doesn't really do much for me, but still, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. I mean, he doesn't have Joust, we know that much. Oh, there's his Vincent. That's a waste of a Vincent, I'd say. That is quite the waste of a Vincent. We still have one more card to play before we Ivar his Thirsty Dame. For 6. It's a 6 deal 4. It's still 10, right? That's not like... It's not that glorious. I guess we can still, like, just play Usurper here. Usurper gives me double poison, though. We only have reactive plays here, don't we? It's 5 deal 1. It's not even that good. We could just play this for 8, right? And just poison this immediately. I think that's appropriate. So go for this. Uh-oh, I'm actually running out of time here. Uh-oh. The timer's running out! Okay, there you go. No more timer running out. I mean, he's gonna poison my Thirsty Dame here. Oh, if he plays Joachim now, dude, that would be so massive. He has to play Joachim last, that's for sure. But we have Leader, right? Leader's just insane. Also, his Vincent wasn't that fantastic. It's like a 7-point Vincent. He's got another Thirsty Dame here. Well, that's pretty good. So we're losing out on our Ivar value. But honestly, I'm kind of fine with that at this point. So, crap. Oh, I wish, dude, this wasn't as bad as it is. Do I invo the Thirsty Dame? I would, yeah, I think this is actually the proper play here. I need to wait for his Joachim here. Or his Usurper. Or another poison. That's not that good. So Ivar, do your thing and kill one of these guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Fangs. 'Twas good knowing you. Wow, he actually had pretty weird hand here, didn't he? So I guess I just do this, right? Do I, though? I think I actually have to take the Vincent here. Because, like, there's no, like, insurance that he actually has Usurper, right? There's actually no insurance that that's the situation. Okay, so he goes for that. Dude, is he actually winning this? I guess if his last card is Joachim, he might win this. No, it's Usurper. It's not enough. Alright. Sweet! Alright, who are we playing against here? Oh my god. Dude, so much Nilfgaard on ladder today. I mean, we're playing Nilfgaard as well, but I kind of wanted to give you guys some different games, but everything we faced so far has been Nilfgaard, which is quite annoying, to be honest. Okay, we don't have a single soldier in this hand, so I might actually just mulligan these guys. 2 poisons isn't terrible. We have the Word and the Viper Witcher. I'm just gonna have to see what happens here. Look at this cool little armor, dude. That actually looks badass, man. Dude, I want to look like that. But I look like a sexy woman, so that's fair, I guess. Oh, he spies. Uh-huh. Okay. Interessant. Do I have Vincent? This doesn't seem like a bad Vincent. Seems like actually quite a good Vincent. Yeah, sure. Because, like, against Nilfgaard, like, your best Vincents are, like, either on the coin flip or, like, a Joachim target. Or against Defender. Defender is also definitely a good Vincent target, but right now I feel like this is a good Vincent target. Like, this lockdown deck doesn't have enough provisions usually to provide for the... What's it called? Alright, give me your ball, please. Nah, thank you. Alright. Give it to me. Give it. I would love to have double ball here. That would be a great way to end this whole thing. That would be quite amusing. You might have the same. Like you might also have like some nonsense like this. Oh, invo. Oh, okay. So for the moment, I've got this guy's ball. I've got your ball, buddy. Wait. Oh no, he invoed. That's that was silly me. What was I thinking there? That was quite smart though. But we are very, very, very threatening to win on even here. Okay, I guess I just play my hunter now. There's nothing I want to lock at this point. I want to get my dogs out as well. And if I win on even here, I'm just good, right? Plus, I don't think I need to commit that much into this round. The fangs are a bit, they're a bit iffy. Okay, so it goes for that. Wait, what? Okay, sure. I mean, that's a 6. Still like a 7 for 4. That's not terrible, I'd say. Also, it might give us a good Evil Eye. Do I take Evil Eye here rather than the Poison? Because Evil Eye plays for points in comparison to not points. If you know what I'm saying. Okay, so he poisons that. I guess poison. Like poison is just less committal, right, than an Ivar. Like Ivar against Nilfgaard even isn't that good. Like I'm having trouble finding good Ivar value because it's just not good matchups for the Ivar. But trust me when I say this, Ivar definitely can bang some points out if it's in the right matchup. Like Squirtle, he's pretty good against Squirtle. He's pretty good on coin flip as well, right? He's pretty nuts on coin flip. But I think Vincent there was more appropriate than the Ivar. In all honesty. We gave him his ball though. That's kind of sad. I didn't want to give him ball, but I guess we had no choice there. So we're on 8. We have to bleed him, right? Yeah. I don't want to bleed him though. Ugh. Do I have to bleed this guy? Oh wait, I didn't have to bleed him. I actually could have gone 2 cards up. I forgot. I didn't. I actually miscounted my cards there. That's a bit silly. That is a tad bit silly. Also, this Vanamar is looking kind of sus. Vanamar indeed is looking kind of sus. Oh, Defender. Alright. I don't mind a bit of Defender. Mind if I take your Defender? Can I take his Defender here? Taking Defender doesn't seem like that bad, honestly. Or I just Ivar here, right? This seems like a pretty decent Evar. Puts me up by a few points. If he has like ball, that's pretty good. I think it's a 7 deal 3, right? That's still nuts. Wait, is it a 7 deal 3? Yeah, it is. I think it plays for full potential. Goes for that. And I mean, that's just a good pass, right? That just seems like a decent pass. I maybe could have played the Vorit back row there. Definitely an option to play Vorit back row. Because they would have played for 8, and I don't think he would have caught up to 8. I mean, he could have played Usurper. I mean, getting Usurper out of him would have been quite nice, but... Yeah, now with his ball... I mean, we don't have Heatwave anyway, it doesn't really make a difference, but we have our ball. That's pretty good. Also, we have double Asse, which is... Just muy caliente, as the Spanish would say. I don't even know what muy caliente means, guys. Don't hate on me. Would I rather... I need a lock, right? So I don't need this Fangs? Okay. Okay. Oh, that's kind of sad. That is quite... Okay, sir. I'm sorry to say this, but I think you're a bit screwed here. Like, double Asse could just be like Hunter into Vanamar. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm... How am I facing all these guys that just have like this really, really bad luck for some reason? Alright, what's your highest provision unit, sir? It's a Ramon. Oh no, I could have kept the Tortoise. That's a bit annoying. I don't actually want Cantarella now. Man, Cantarella would have been nuts if I kept the Tortoise. But I didn't. And that makes me sad. Yeah, screw it. Just lock you, right? And just Vanamar you then. That's fine. It's still a 7 for 6. Like, that's still pretty nuts. And that is still pretty good, I would say. Oh, there's his Masquerade Ball. Well, ain't that a super play? Alright. Sure. Show me your masquerades. I mean, he's poisoning one of the 7s, always. Oh, look at that Usurper. Oh, look at that Social. Look at that Usurper. Okay. So I think I try and Roderick into Yennefer here. If I find that, I should just be good for the game. Nice. Look at that, boys. Because then we can like double Asse into Joachim, which is quite funny. He still has Vincent. If he plays Vincent here, I can just float Usurper, which is quite funny. He might even have his Fergus. He might have like Fergus and Vincent, probably like his last cards. But he played like 2 dead brigades, which is really awful. There's the Vincent. We already played as Usurper, so we're not actually afraid of Fergus, so we can just like do this. Whee! Whee! Did he play Invo? He might have played Invo. Oh no, he actually didn't play Invo. I think his last card here is Invo. I mean, double Asse with Joachim into Usurper is just kind of silly, isn't it? That's just kind of broken, honestly. It seems kind of broken, in my opinion. Oh, Leo. That's pretty good. I mean, the guy drew his cards, but so did we, so... I mean, actually, no, he didn't. He didn't draw his cards. What am I saying? Whee! Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. 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 Let's go. Alright, so if today proves anything, is that this is definitely the superior Nilfgaard deck, since we beat every single Nilfgaard matchup. Absolute talents is what we are, but like, the deck is just really well built around this sort of meta, with Imposter being a really powerful leader against something like Scoia'tael. It is going to struggle against sort of like Lippy Ceres, I think. But apart from that matchup, pretty much every matchup, you're going to have a pretty good time against it. Even if they Heatwave your Masquerade Ball, it's not that upsetting because you still have very nice little power plays and just like very just like annoying plays. Like War It into like Cantarella or the Viper Witcher Alchemist. It's just so good. It's like really, really powerful. You might not always pull it off in every game, but when you pull it off, it's just so disgusting. Like the opponent just is powerless against it sometimes because it's just like uninteractive in the deck. Like he has to play like cards that play stuff out of the deck. And if you're forcing them to commit like a huge card in round 1, that's also quite decent. So yeah, that's the Imposter Nilfgaard deck that is just a really good deck, not a meme deck in any way. Like you can just get wins with this quite easily. You can climb a lot with this for sure. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe for more Gwent content, and I'll see you soon.